Welcome back to another episode of the DPCast. I am Paul.
I'm Dan.
We got ourselves today a Backlash kind of, well, just talking a lot about Backlash that was just happened last night.
Yeah, so, just having a little run through like we did with Payback. Just going to go a little, give it a little run through at the end of the podcast here, and have a little fun and all that. So, we ourselves are going to have a chat about that, and we're going to do what we do each and every week is...
What's new with you?
So, done.
Yeah.
What's new with you, buddy?
I've got a new phone.
Oh, yeah. Freaking tell us what you got, buddy.
Yeah, I got a Samsung S7. I've taken the plunge. I've stepped off the plank that is the iPhone. The iPhone. I've taken the plunge into the sea, and I've been rescued by Samsung.
Yeah, you
and I am impressed. I got to admit, the first day, I was like, I want my iPhone back. I don't know how to use this. But the more I was using it, the more my brain started to accept it. And I'm really enjoying it. And as every day goes by, I discover something new about it. At the moment, it's pretty much, use-wise, the same as an iPhone, but slicker and easier. And it does more. And I'm sure that once I want it to do more, sometimes I get an idea. It's like, I wonder if it can do this. And I go into the options. Whereas with iPhone, it was like, no. Whereas this, I imagine, it's probably there somewhere. I just haven't got around to looking. So, I'm quite pleased with it.
It's one of the better phones in the market. Like, you got the S7, I got the S7 Edge.
Yes.
It's exactly the same phone, just I think mine has a tad bit extra specs, what is piss all really, but they're a phenomenal phone. Like, do you know, what annoys me the most, Dan, is that so many people now have got a bad image on Samsung because, it could possibly blow up, or it does this.
That was the Note, that was, not the buddy.
Yeah, it was the Note. What people are then going, my S7 Edge blew up too. Did it? Fuck. I mean, it's just fucking people going wrong with the craze. It's like the fucking ice bucket challenge, isn't it? Soon as somebody does it and they go, oh my God, I can do that, and maybe I'll get something free, or I can be popular. Like, give it a break, buddy. I mean, literally, like, it's obviously, it was the Note. They didn't do to anything else of their product line. And they've recalled all them in. And may as well, they were quite upfront of saying, right, we fucked up. They brought it out again, they fucked up again. They were just having technical difficulty with that product they pumped out. And that's a fucking... Who hasn't had a product over a period of time of the years that it's been out that has hit the 8 model that they've tried to put so much into the fucking thing that it's going to end up compacting itself of an explosion. Like, they said the stuff they put into it, Dan, right? Honestly, God, the stuff they said they put into it was ridiculous. I mean, generally, like, they tried to put the biggest battery ever into it, into a phone that really shouldn't have fitted it. I mean, there was faults that really should have been noticed straight off the bat, but like, there's a lot more to the productivity of that phone that caused it to implode in such a mass scale. I mean, like, the amount of extra shit they lobbed into it just to make it like this new fucking badass piece of technology. It's still a fucking phone at the end of the day. I mean, we haven't gone to the next stages of technology to reduce size compositions, like, of certain CPU units that need to be inside it, like, and the rest, the rest of the little bits and bobs that need to go in top of that, on top of a fucking huge battery. I mean, at one point, I'm pretty much convinced, like, the base. If you looked at this phone back about 10 years ago, it would have literally been a massive computer with a car battery on the back of it.
I gotta say, speaking of batteries, the battery life on the S7 is fucking outstanding. I swear I would have charged my iPhone twice by now if, like yesterday, I went out for the day, came back, still at 30% left, and I was like, I've been using this most of the day, kind of, reasonably. And, it was bloody great,
And I haven't even shown you the proper feature on it yet either. That is the ultra saving mode option that goes grayscale. And there's you go into like your settings, you can't remember. I think it's in the accessibility. And then you can click a button and it turns like you double tap your home button 3 times and you go all grayscale. And like that saves your battery like tenfold. I mean, like I remember doing it at one point, right? I had 5% battery. I was like, fuck, I can't be asked to go downstairs. I'm knackered after the night shift. Let's just lob it to the side. I woke up and I still had 4% battery.
Ooh, nice.
I've
seen that option there. I haven't used it yet. I've tried the night mode thingy as well, where it takes away the blue. What's it called? The blue light or something like that?
Oh, yeah, the blue light.
The stuff that makes it easier in your eyes in bed and shit like that.
Yeah.
I've seen that as well. I think the iPhone had that as well, but not to the extent of saving the battery or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I don't think anyway.
The iPhone, all it did was like, feed me more juice, yes.
Yeah.
Come to the dark side.
The ultimate test is in work tonight. I'm going to do a night shift tonight now. And the iPhone, I would used to have to come into work, and because I use it as a hotspot for my laptop, I'd have to just put it on charge, Or if it was quite good battery at the start of shift, I'd leave it there for about 2 hours, and then it would definitely need a charge halfway through the shift.
Yeah.
At least. So I'm going to give it a go tonight, see how much longer it lasts without me having to put it on charge. With
money on you still, if you went in with 100% and you've done the hotspot, money on you still have 50% battery at the end of it.
Give it a go.
And that's a full entire shift.
Okay. Oh, sexy.
Yeah.
I'm going to give the podcast a go as well tonight, because on the iPhone I was using the iPhone podcast doodah. I've downloaded Podcast Republic now, and I'm a bit confused by it, but I get the gist. It seems to think I have 800 podcasts to listen to because I've subscribed to all the ones I usually subscribe to. Yeah. So I have to.
It's trying to keep you up to date in it. It's like what the other one that you might want to try out is Podbean as well. The problem is with Podbean, as any person who listens to our podcast, that if you know where to download it from, nice little subtle leeway into that there. If you know where to download it from, it would be iTunes, SoundCloud, and all Android apps. That would be like Podbean that we just mentioned, Podcast Republic. There's a couple of other ones you can log into there, and you just search DPCast. Now, Dan, if you did that with the DPCast, the problem is with it is that, say, for argument's sake, Hollywood Babylon. Me and Dan are huge fans of the Kevin Smith podcast line. You subscribe to it, it's a day later than it normally would be, than it is on Podcast Republic. So, like, he uploads it Sunday, so Monday we get on Podcast Republic. It's the same on iTunes. Podbean, I seem to get you seem to get like the updates like Tuesday, Wednesday.
All right.
So, like, it might work in your favour in that one. It's a lot more of a professional app than Podcast Republic is, but it is. I don't know. I find Podbean just has a little bit of an extra sheen on it. It just got a little more simplicity to it. But it's to your fancy more than anything. I mean, it doesn't give you straight up like.
Yeah, I'll give Podcast Republic a go. I haven't listened to any podcast yet because it's been downloading like a motherfucker. I think I need to fiddle with the settings or something. I think I must have, because I think Podcast One, you only have about 20 episodes at a go. Because you have to subscribe to Podcast One to get all the episodes. But it's downloaded every single Steve Austin podcast, every single Jericho podcast. It's like,
has it downloaded them? Are you sure it's downloaded them?
Yeah, it's got about 50 episodes on there at the moment. I know for a fact when I left iTunes with the iPhone, I had about 7 or 8 episodes that I was behind on. So I think it's gone and taken the liberty of downloading like fuck it. It stopped now. But
it shouldn't have done that, dude. Genuine.
I think it's because
should have given you the option of just going.
I pressed download on some of them, and I think it might have done it for it all. So, a lot of them, it hasn't done it for. So it's all right. But
that's strange.
Yeah,
that's very strange.
I never fiddled with the settings. I only went on there because I thought, right, working tonight, I need to get the fucking podcast going. Because while I do my work, I like to listen to a podcast. And
well, that's the main reason why we started doing our own, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, buddy, how about you? Yes. How's your week been? What's new with you?
Get this one in. I've been off since Thursday, so it hasn't been long of my week. The rest of the week's just been working, but since Thursday, I have had my 6-year anniversary with Jane, my dad's 60th, wrestling last night, and wrestling on Saturday.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's been busy, pal. Say it again.
Did you watch NXT?
I fell asleep before the opening titles. The next day, I watched half it, and may I add that Tyler Bates and
I know you got
the Bruiserweight.
Yeah,
possibly the best match of this year. It is phenomenal.
Awesome. I gotta say, I'm a terrible British person. I'm not very supportive of the British culture, the British people. Because when I see British things on American TV, I think, oh fuck, here we go, and I don't like it for some reason. It kind of taints it a bit.
Yeah, I agree.
But this match, even though at the start I was going folding my arms, going, all right, what you got? Come on then, let's get it over with. Watching it was fucking outstanding.
Yeah, it was. It was incredible. It started off a tad bit slow, but then it just increased to become this juggernaut of a match. Like, it just kept going and going and going, and like it was not like that kind of thing. You're like, come on, get it over done with now. You were like, it was that kind of thing where you're like, oh my God, this is incredible. Yeah. Absolutely incredible.
What's his name? Tyler Bates is the young bloke, isn't it, with the beard?
Yeah,
he
I'm
not
won
a
the
fan
title
of him
at 19.
at all, but I like the bruiserweight. I like him. He's got a little bit of... He's got something to him. I like him. It reminds me a little bit of Owen Hart, perhaps. I don't know, with the old... what's it called? The onesie type thing.
Yeah, I know you got. It's like the
like
leotard.
That kind of look. And he looks kind of almost psychotic. I think, that's pretty cool. But I'm not a fan of Tyler Bates. I got to say, he looks a bit too generic for my liking. So.
Well, get this in, right? Tyler Bates, who won it, I found him look very baby-like. With a very baby face on him, the moustache and the wave, the proper wave everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, it was average. He won it. Obviously, WWE seen something that we didn't. But then when he's won it, I like his new look running forth. Like the trunks are changed up, the beard has come in. Yeah. It's given more of a jagged look. But what I like about it is it made him look more like a wrestler more than just somebody who's just won a competition. Yeah, it's given more of a, like that edge that where I think the bruiserweight was heading towards. And last night when he had the new ring gear, made him look 5 times more different. And so was the other new ring gear from the red stuff that he had from the championship. Just give that extra edge. He looked a lot more professional last night. It's amazing what a ring gear or a beard or just a change up on gimmick can really change the full entire look or the persona within milliseconds of doing it. Like, and to me, Tyler Bates, if you've seen him like running through the competition, he just looked baby fresh. Like he won it at 19, mate, as well. Like he's now only 20. So like he's really fucking young. And I know they mould him. The only thing that does give it to it, and this is talk about proper cruiserweight. Do you know Tyler Bates is only 5'7"?
Is he?
Yeah, he's a midget.
Oh, fair enough. I don't know. Something about him, like, it's like, I won the championship before and I can do it again. It's just like, oh, fuck. There's something about the British accent that really taints WWE. I don't know why. It's like, oh. It's the same as when I'm listening to podcasts. Like, I noticed Podcast One now, they put British adverts if they see that you're listening from from the UK. Yeah. And it's like you get book now with this and that and this and this. It's like, oh, fuck off. I'm in America right now. You're taking away the illusion. I'm listening to Steve Austin or Jericho now. Don't do that. I'm in America.
Yeah. My mindset's in a different place, baby. You give me something different, man.
It's like with these podcasts. When I hear American adverts and I hear the American thing, I'm like, I'm going on holiday while I'm doing my work. I'm off to America for a little bit and I'm going to listen to the culture over there for a bit. And it's just like, oh no, back in Britain again. Oh, fucking hell. Fish and chips and shitty weather. Here we go.
I like it. I like that. Well, I think, there's not much I've done else beyond the point. I do want to have a chat to beyond the podcast that something got lobbed to me last night.
Okay.
About our title of our show that if anybody who listens to our show on a regular basis, we call the DPCast because it's Dan and Paul.
Yes.
And lo and behold, last night it got lobbed to me once again that, do you realise your name sounds like Deep Penetration Cast?
There's only one person who says that, and that is Moomin and Ash.
No, and Lars was saying it last night too. Like, some of the boys, it's only the boys
Lars
who
is part of Country Bunch.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They confabulate, if that's the right word, together, and they exchange ideas. So these three people, Paul.
But at the same time as well, all right. When he stated it, Lars is quite pretty clued on as well. Like, he literally went straight to me and just went, "I don't know why you called it DPcast." And I went, "Well, because it's Dan and Paul." And he just goes, "I don't know why you didn't call it PDcast." And I went, "Okay, well," he goes, "because it'd be a pun on podcast." PDcast. I was like,
you know what, Paul? For the first month, I kept getting confused between PDcast and DPcast until it finally sank in. It's DPcast. So
really, I wish you said it earlier, because I'm not going to lie. The more I've thought about it over the like last night, no, with the DPcast, and I was like, fuck, it really has played in my mind a little bit, like the PDcast, and it is only just changing our letters right round. What is Paul? It's still Paul and Dan, and I was like in there going, why? Do you know sometimes you're literally like, why didn't you tell me this a lot earlier? Come on now, people. We need to be talking more.
I didn't think of it like that. Podcast. Yeah, PDcast. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fine, I'll go change the email addresses.
No, but it did, like, in my head, it went that direction. I don't want to do it now. We're too far deep in it. Like, if I knew this early stages, I might have actually changed something, because it maybe made more sense. But to be quite honest, I'm not going to lie.
DPCast first, and
the way I look at it, right? This is genuinely the way I look at it. If it does mean deep penetration catch, it just means we're getting more viewers from somewhere that's just going to be a little less disappointed not to see cocks in people's God knows where.
Well, I think Ash said it in the episode he was here. He said, we're deep penetrating your ears.
Yeah, we are.
So, yeah.
Both ears.
We'll keep it like that. Thanks, Ash.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ash. Even though we just had a little bitch then.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it genuinely doesn't bother me in the slightest that it's close to the DPcast couch. Like, and if you shove it into Pornhub, it comes in the thing. It really doesn't bother me in the fucking goddamn slightest. Because to me, it's our names. It's our names and cast. It kind of made sense at the time. And now, obviously, when he said PD cast, I was like, yeah, okay. You hate it, like, sometimes when you hear it and you're like, okay, that isn't actually too bad, but you're still trying to back up the DP cast because, like, you're trying to back a fighting corner. Like, I'm gonna do it, you stupid you.
It's like when it says, I've been driving all the way around here and around the roundabout through this town to get here. It's like, why don't you just take the shortcut?
There's a shortcut.
Say what now? There's an alleyway right there. I'll take you right to it. Oh, man. Why did I think of that?
But I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. Something about the title of me, when he put the DP cast in the title, I don't know, it just looks, I love the way it looks, like, with our the new looks, they shove it onto them. And guys, if you want to get a hold of us now, we actually have Facebook. And we've got as moderators on our Facebook. We've got Sean, who is on a regular family member of our Facebook. We have Sean. We have Will, who is our film news representative, and you got me and Dan as the admins of the DPCast Facebook. So, guys, if you want to get a hold of us on any form of platform now, you can now get a hold of us on Facebook at the DPCasters, capital D, capital P, capital C, ASTERS, and you can get a hold of us on the same at DPCasters on Twitter too. So if you want to get a hold of us on that, please follow us. We'll follow you back. Lob us in your hypothetical questions. Vice versa on Facebook. And if you want to download this son of a bitch, you just need to go to a couple of places, and that would be iTunes, SoundCloud, and all Android apps that do podcasts by searching the DPcast. That's capital B, capital D, capital P, capital C. So, further ado, Dan, I say we do something we do each and every week is...
You are entering the Hypothetical Corner.
Hypothetical question.
Yeah, baby. So what have we got for me today then, Paul?
I got one for you, but it's a doozy.
Okay.
I won't say it's a doozy, to be honest. It's actually quite a nice one. This one was submitted by Mr. Sean England himself. He was on the last episode, and I got to give it to him. I was in a bit of a pickle running up into this podcast, not realising I did a hypothetical question. So I have to give Sean huge props for making up a very interesting two-part conversation. Yeah. And the hypothetical question goes like, it's WrestleMania. You've got to pick your favourite teammate to verse the Brothers of Destruction in a Hell of a Cell match. Who do you pick?
I'm putting my hand up.
Yeah.
Who are the Brothers of Destruction?
Wait, I'm just going to end now with end silence. What?
I haven't got that far yet. Are they someone who's gone? Have been?
Undertaker and Kane.
Oh, right. Oh, got you. Right. I know who you are. Right. I didn't know that. I tell you what, right? I tell you this now. Yeah. I have literally got to the point in the old... I'm going through all the old wrestles things. I always say this in every podcast almost. I'm making my way through the old wrestling episodes. Yeah. I've just got to Bad Blood. Fucking awesome pay-per-view. And it's the first Hell in a Cell. And it's the first time you see Kane. And it's awesome. And Undertaker... It's a Hell in a Cell, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. And Undertaker tears Shawn Michaels apart. He's got blood running down his face. There's fucking blood everywhere. And at the end then... I think Undertaker is just about to finish off Shawn Michaels. Lights go dead. The lights go red. Undertaker comes out for the first time, and it's fucking awesome. So, So they're the Brothers of Destruction.
They are indeed. They are the Brothers of Destruction. So if you had to verse Kane and Undertaker in a Hell of the Cell match, what is their playground? The Devil's Ground.
Yeah.
In WrestleMania, who would be your favourite tag team? Your favourite teammate to be going as a tag team into it?
Okay.
As well, the second part will entail who would give you the best advantage in the match. So we'll go the first part first, just in case you want to pick somebody big and brute. This is more going to be your favourite, like somebody you'd love to be in the ring with.
Charlotte, because they can't punch girls and she can kick the shit into them. And she's pretty.
yeah, but Dan, it means you would get the you get the shit kicked out of you 24/7 because she can't get tagged in.
Yeah, I can tag her and then she can go in, and then they were like, actually, would they care?
They wouldn't. And secondly, on top of as well, like due to WWE official rules were damn ridiculous. Freaking, you wouldn't be able to tag it in.
No, fuck.
No, so you got to go for a bloke, boy.
Fine, pick a dude. Jesus Christ.
And I mean, may as well. It's not your current roster either. I'm talking about the fully entire generation.
Yeah, I'm thinking back actually. I don't know if I'd pick anyone from this generation.
No.
Maybe AJ, but no, I wouldn't. I'd probably, just because I'm a big fan of him, I'm going to pick Razor Ramon.
It's an interesting one.
He's the bad guy.
Now, see, I'd maybe go in two directions here. There's only two. Actually, three I might pick. Actually, there's four. Fuck, I'm just coming up.
I would go for Shawn Michaels because he's slick and quick and short.
Yeah.
And harder to hit. But just because I'm a fan of Razor Ramon. I don't know why. Something about Razor Ramon. I love Razor Ramon. I'm going to go for Razor Ramon.
I'd literally pick either Triple H, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, or AJ Styles.
Yeah.
But then is literally like, which one would I pick as my favourite? Do you know what? I'm most probably going to pick Triple H.
Yeah, he's a fucking beast, isn't he?
Yeah, I think I'd have to, like, you think about it, like, he'd be able to take the dominant factor, and like, you just need to go in for a tag, like, after you get your ass handed to you for about 30 minutes straight, and then Triple H comes in baby fresh, and then you could just roll out and die. You know, so unless it's a tornado tag.
You gotta pick Doink the Clown.
Doink the Clown.
And then there could be some interference with Dink, because it's Doink and Dink in the midget. So, when the back, he's small enough, he'll crawl in. It's a Hell in a Cell, you said, wasn't it?
Hell in the Cell, yeah.
Yeah, he'd probably find his way into that. He's only little. And there's some interference there. He does some trickery. He's hiding underneath the ring or whatever, and he'll come out and slap them both about a bit, and then hide. And then I come in with a win, and then do a fucking roll up or something like that, and he wins the title, or he earns his right in the yard.
Well.
Anyway, sorry, Paul.
I'm going to go. I'm going to be definitely going Triple H on that one. I don't know. I'm a massive fan of Triple H. I just love the way he's generationally changed over the years of becoming Hunter Helms.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Yeah, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Didn't he become Hunter Helms as well?
I don't know. At the moment, he's still in the transition at the moment. Every now and again, they call him Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and every now and again, they call him Triple H. I think in the last pay-per-view I watched, the Bad Blood pay-per-view, is the first time they called him Triple H all the way through. So, every now and again, they differ between the two. They usually go, "Oh, it's Hunter Hearst Helmsley," and I was like, "Oh, Triple H," or something like that. But I think they might start calling him Triple H now. So.
No, I just love I love the way he's changed over the amount of years. Like, he's changed the gimmick, he's changed the look. He's really gone from, like, he's always stayed like as that badass straight through the full entire generations. Yeah. And like where he is right now, I mean, he's just becoming the next big thing. Like, he's making himself into the next Vince McMahon. But Vince was a part of a commentator at one stage. Now he's the lead. The guy owns a multi-billion-pound business. Yeah. And Triple H is not a million miles away from being in that position. So he's in the right direction to do it as well, Yeah. But on the second part of the question, who would you pick if you give yourself the biggest advantage in the match? So this is now it's a different perspective of looking at this now, right? So your favourite would be, in this case, you said Doink.
Doink or Razor Ramon.
And in my case, it'd be Triple H, who would still be quite a brute. But think of tactically now, right? You're against the Brothers of Destruction.
Yes.
Who is the best person to be going against that to give you the best advantage to not get your ass handed to?
I'd have to go Shawn Michaels in, because like I said, he's slick, he's quick. I'm slow and bulky. Assuming that I'm a wrestler at this point, I would be the one with the fucking muscle and like tanking through. When they, I start getting tired and they start, laying it into me, I'd tag Shawn Michaels. He'd fucking run around in circles and all that shit. And, win.
I am going Brock Lesnar.
Fuck.
I'm literally going for the Beast Incarnate.
Yeah.
Freaking eat, sleep, kill everybody, repeat. I think I have to. To me, it would give you most tactical, the most tactical display that means you don't have to enter the ring so much. Because I'm as big as, I'm not a million miles away from Big Cass. From being 6'6" and Cass is 7 foot. So I'd put myself in the category where Big Cass, slender, just a little fatter. But the same time as well, I just wouldn't put my. Can you imagine me again, right next to fucking Kane and the Undertaker? Sweet mother of Jesus. There'd be a brown pebble in my pants. I'd need somebody like Brock Lesnar on the side of me just to fucking tag the fucker in straight freaking there and then. Brock. No. Always the famous category. So that's how I would go it. Now, I say, Dan, freaking, we get into the discussion of the pay-per-view.
Yes.
That I think we both got a lot of problems with and a lot of decent matches from.
I say about it.
Yeah, me too. So I say, further ado, let's get into it.
Pay-per-view review.
So Dan.
Yes.
Backlash 2017, done by SmackDown Live this year.
Yes. I don't know. I gotta say, it was okay. It was I think they had some good matches in there. Most of them were good, I thought.
I agree.
At the same time, it felt a bit. It was nothing magnificent happened.
Right, I felt like some of the matches could give me more. I got excited for about 4 or 5 of them. I don't know if I was a little tired walking into it. I was quite tired running into this one. But I still expected something spectacular. Something to really freaking pull me out of the scene and go, oh my God, wow!
Yeah.
NXT did that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
NXT,
get that last night.
Geez, well, there's a little bit of a shout back to the night before NXT, the bloody United Kingdom Championship.
Oh my God!
Oh man, I was not expecting that. I was, like I said earlier, I was expecting, here we go, let's get it over with, and it turned out to be the best match of the evening.
To be honest, it might be the best match of this entire year. It slowly built up, and I love NXT sometimes because it is really like a false persona, like how much it slowly grades up to being okay, this is okay, and then it just whap bang gives you everything. Sami Zayn, Shinsuke done the exact same, slowly built up, and then whop straight freaking on your face, neck, and chest, freaking gives you this entirely incredible match. And Saturday night, Tyler Bates and the Bruiserweight done exactly that in the tin. It was just an incredible match, slowly built up and whop, bang straight on you. God, dude.
Yeah, it was just so slick and wonderful. It was a pleasure to watch. It was well, I gotta say, I didn't write any notes for NXT. I did start writing notes for Payback, Backlash. Yeah. And I can tell the ones that I enjoyed, there's fuck all notes for. Because I was watching it.
Well, yeah and no. I agree with that, because I get a funny feeling I'm going to guess which ones you didn't have notes on. That would be Shinsuke versus Dolph.
Yeah, I was, even though I wasn't, it was a good match, but it was a little bit of an anticlimax, to be honest. If I'm honest.
I agree.
It was like a big intro for Shinsuke Nakamura to come in and yes, which is very good indeed. It was awesome. He came in and he was like, ooh, yippee. At the same time, he was like, oh, okay, that happened. You know, it was fine. It was a good match and all that, but it's nothing I can remember that much, to be honest. So.
Well, to be honest, I want to drift back a little bit here now. I want to drift back to the pre-show.
Oh, yeah, we had a pre-show.
Because there was a pre-show, and the real reason why I want to fall back to it is because I kind of want to get your side on this one, all right? The shit Von Villain, I like now to call him, because he now wears fucking Van Gogh tights and his fucking Matrix glasses, hell of a barrel on him, English attitude, built like a shipwreck house. Yeah. And a Van Gogh pair of tights, and now he's fucking singing to come in. What I've just found out, what I found out last night, is his old persona before he went as the Von Villains.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, I fucking hate the full entire thing. I
thought it was funny. I thought I enjoyed that.
Oh,
maybe
dude,
it's because I come from
it.
musicals. I like doing musicals and shit like that. So he started singing. I was like, a little bit of like a. You know,
I'm not gonna lie.
But you know,
to me, he's becoming a new jobber. And okay, I don't mind jobbers in it. The company depends on people like himself to become a decent jobber. Yeah. But the but is huge in this one. It's like, don't you just feel like there's so much more potential for somebody of that caliber to really be in a bit different position? Like SmackDown Live, oh yeah, we're giving these out to people, you know, we're doing this and we're doing that, and we're going to give people opportunities. And they are. Yeah. But yet you feel like some gimmicks need to really have a revamp and a real good look at, and he is definitely one of them. And when I seen who he was versing, I just felt like this was just a full-on put-over match. Perfect 10. I like the Perfect 10. Tyler Diller? Oh, I can't remember his actual proper name.
Ty Dillinger.
Dillinger, that's it.
Yeah.
I love the Perfect 10. He's an amazing wrestler. I loved him in NXT. He's come over now. I love his gimmick. It just works so well, and they could work him for the entire existence on WWE.
Yeah, I gotta say, I got no gripes with him. He's not my favorite at all. He's just there, and I'm like, yeah, okay, fair enough. You know, I don't hate him. I don't love him.
Yeah, but to me, he feels like a little bit like a Dolph Ziggler. Dan. You know, like somebody you go, good wrestler, I enjoy the aspect of him, but yeah, there's nothing that makes me go, yeah, I want more of him, I want more. Like, you get enough. You know, you get enough of time. And like, when I seen that match, I just knew it was a put-over match. You know, he was going to give him a bit of here, a bit of there, but Ty was going to end up having the dominant factor. Yeah. And again, that's normally the pre-show in a nutshell, really, isn't it? I wish it wasn't, but it is. And we didn't get two matches this time. We only had one, did we?
I think it's only one match anyway, isn't it? There's two matches in the 2-hour pre-show when we have in SummerSlam and WrestleMania.
It's not. It's sometimes it's two. The reason why it's two, because even the last pay-per-view was Extreme Rules is coming up. The last one was Payback, and they had Miz TV in it, where normally there would have been a match. Oh yeah, they had Miz TV and they had a thing. So they ran it differently for SmackDown in Backlash, and I just felt like, okay, see what it rolls like. You know, sometimes you just gotta roll with the blows with some elements of it, and you know.
Well, I wasn't complaining. To be honest, for the pre-show, I was mostly fiddling with my phone, and because I'd already watched this week on WWE, so I kind of had a grasp of what was going on and stuff. So,
I was eating another pint chicken selects on my fucking my two McDonald's burgers. So that was the. I'm not gonna lie. I found the pre-show very, very minuscule. Not that good. I was. It's normally the big pay-per-view. You know, the pay-per-view itself. You know, is normally where it slowly kicks in. And I to be honest, but we might as well get on to that part, because this is really where the magic starts to happen. Where the first match. They always the famous quote: "You either want to be first or last," because it's the best positions to be in WWE. Yeah. And Shinsuke Dolph started off.
It did.
And I'm not going to lie, something was telling me all the way through it that Ziggler was going to win it, and Jinder was going to end out not winning the WWE title. And lo and behold, Shinsuke won, and Jinder ended out.
How did you make that connection anyway?
What do you mean now?
If so-and-so loses, so-and-so wins.
Right, okay. The reason why you make that connection is because in the pay-per-view itself, they normally try and do one thing, right? So, say for argument's sake now, Shinsuke is big, right? He's big money. So you would look at Shinsuke go in, if he lost, it's a shock to the system. So they don't want too many shocks in a pay-per-view. So what they would do then is that the final part would be not Jinder winning it. It would be Randy retaining by some way or form. But with Shinsuke winning, it wasn't a shock to the system. So it means they had to have a shock in it, and that would have been the Jinder Mahal winning the championship, because it would have pissed a lot of people off.
Oh, okay.
So, like, it's normally the shock factor that you'll always notice in the pay-per-view. You'll always be one or two, maybe even three in some circumstances, and you've got to try and, work out who would be who, And in the circumstances, I genuinely felt like Ziggler might have had him in this. Just even though everybody like, it's Shinsuke wouldn't be able to come back. I mean, it's Shinsuke Nakamura. This is the John Cena of the Japanese world. I mean, this guy is huge. Even if he lost
I don't think I didn't maybe when you said that you thought Ziggler was going to win, and I know you're quite the Mystic Meg of WWE. I thought, how does he know that then? But then the more I thought of that, he's got they've been advertising his debut for fucking weeks now. And even the whole Backlash pay-per-view has got his face plastered all over it. If he loses, there's going to be something up. Then to someone like Dolph, no offense to Dolph Ziggler. Yeah. But he's Dolph Ziggler, he's neither here nor there at the moment. He's just fannying about doing fuck all, which isn't his own fault really. But if he won, then I would be like, oh right, really? But so I'm kind of glad Shinsuke won.
Yeah, like it made more sense for Shinsuke to win it, but the same time as well is like sometimes when WWE back a horse too much, you normally see them revolt quite naturally to it as well, is where they go, oh look, we'll publicise now. Like Shinsuke was even over the pay-per-view pictures and everything. Like he was the main sponsor of Backlash.
Yes,
he had his face over all the posters. He had his face on the start of Backlash. It was Shinsuke.
Yeah,
and you're like,
he was the point.
I'm wondering how much Shinsuke might not be put over tonight, and he may make a better storyline to run forth in SmackDown if he lost his first match. And it was there. It was on the table. A lot of people thought exactly the same as I did, and out of nowhere. It got taken away. I had a funny feeling it was. I mean, logically, Shinsuke was going to win it.
Yeah.
But something was teetering in the back of my head going, because the hate Jinder's been having, I'm one of them. I'm not a fan of him. What I will get to at the final match. But at the same time as well is that we then had, Ziggler we knew that Ziggler was going to be put under, and he was going to make him look decent. What I didn't feel like went over so well. I feel like Ziggler actually done an okay job. Yeah. And I didn't see Shinsuke as good as what he normally is. And I don't know if that's because of Dolph or as much as Dolph genuinely looked like he was going to win it about 3 times. Yeah. Or Shinsuke was having a very off night.
You know what I'm finding, right? Is that when these NXT people come over to the main roster, something happens. It's happened with Samoa Joe. And it happened a bit with Shinsuke. Whereas in NXT, say you drop a stone into a pond, it makes a nice big plop, and it's like, wow, that was amazing. When it comes to the main roster, it's like you're dropping the same stone and into the sea, and it kind of drowns out a bit. Yeah, I think it might be the close quarters of NXT, whereas it gives that extra punch. It just bounces off the walls. The audience are closer, you can hear them. Whereas in WWE, the main part, you can. The audience are further away, and I can tell when I'm enjoying a match. Usually a good match, I'm kind of feeding off the audience as well. If they're fucking going nuts, then it kind of reflects on me as well. I'm like, I'm feeling it as well. Anyway, I really get into it.
Yeah, but I agree.
It's something happens when they come to the main roster, and I don't know what. I think it might be that it's so big that it kind of drowns them out a little bit.
Yeah. No, Dan, you might be on the nail on it, buddy. Because literally, it is a bigger audience. It is like Sami Zayn, Shinsuke, Samoa Joe. The list goes on that one there.
Yeah, to be honest, I've only seen 2, because I only started watching NXT halfway through last year, so one of the takeovers. And so I've only seen 2 from NXT that I really like come over, which is Samoa Joe and Shinsuke. I gotta say, when at first I thought Samoa Joe in NXT, it was like his music comes in, it's like it's like really cool, you know. And then same thing over in WWE, exactly the same thing, but it sounds like it's further away. It's like it's kind of like,
I agree. It doesn't give like that.
There's no bang to it. It's just
the added extra.
Yeah. It's
and
like,
do you know why that might be? Is that people like Shinsuke, people like Samoa Joe came from the backgrounds of Japan and TNA, where it was small, nitty networks that didn't have mass amount of people. So you're looking at NXT, not a million miles away from what they were used of. So it means their personas, their entrances, everything was on a top tier.
Yes.
You lob that into a crowd that's 3 times bigger for a normal standard show. You know, then you're in that position of going, right, okay, I think the best analogy you give was like a pond that ripples. Like, there's going to be people in the back that just don't get the same effect.
Yeah.
And it's a good analogy they just give that. That's a very good analogy. It's just a bigger pond that people, like the fish on the back just can't get the same thing that maybe people in the front would, you know. And that's, you know, it's the way it is. But and sometimes
I'd say like. Sorry, go on.
The only thing is that, and I did notice, and that is something maybe to put into that, is that there is people like Bayley, Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, Seth, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose. These were all NXT people as well. And maybe they've taken the time to come into it, but I just feel like some of them had a bigger pop than people like Samoa Joe. Shinsuke, I feel like Shinsuke wasn't as big over last night as what I think you would have expected to be.
I thought at first I gotta say, where was my little analogy of the pond and the sea kind of thing? It did start off really well when his music came in. You see the kind of like sound waves on the screens and stuff, because that felt really wow, that was cool. Yeah. And I think once the match started, it was, for some reason with this one, it was he did his whole shaboo of. Doing his little dances and stuff, little fits or whatever you want to call them, and it was kind of like when the match started, it was just like, it's kind of gone back to a normal WWE match now. It's like,
and to be honest, like I felt like the crowd were good in parts and poor in others, and maybe because of the matches itself, because the crowd in parts were phenomenal. I mean, like some of the stuff they were saying, like what we'll get to with the tag team match, like they were so involved with that one. It was, what a great match. What I'll get to in a bit, because that match needs to have its own part, big time. But no, this match is okay. I mean, I think I rated it at the time. If I look back at my notes that I don't have on me at the time here, I think I rated it about a 5.
I didn't rate it, to be honest. I started writing notes down for the next match, and I thought, hang on, I'll write notes down, and I didn't come up with the idea until the next one.
I rated it about a 5, but I didn't have many notes for it done. It was okay, but it just felt like it was... I seem to use this word a lot at the moment, but it makes a lot of sense for a lot of content that I use it for, and that is that it felt lethargic. And it felt like it was missing that je ne sais quoi, something extra. And I don't know if that was Shinsuke being his first major match, or that was Dolph not giving 100% again.
I don't know. I have a feeling it's something to do. No offense to Dolph, I'm not a big fan of Dolph. When they said his first match is going to be with Dolph Ziggler, I was like, really? I was like, okay, fair enough. But hopefully they're building it up to something bigger. So
they are. To me, I see Dolph a lot like not in the caliber I mean now, but I do see him a lot like Jericho. Yeah, I see Dolph a lot like Jericho in the longevity that he's been there. He's a kind of like a good stepping stone to get to the next stages.
Yes.
Where Jericho, before people have a fucking go, Jericho is another level again. But that's why you put people like AJ Styles with Jericho to really show like the classic caliber.
Yes.
And may as well, AJ Styles came straight into the fucking limelight of Raw, where Shinsuke came from NXT to SmackDown.
Yes.
There's a different bracket, a different way of responding to the audience. And I feel like maybe Dolph being somewhere near the same spectrum of guy behind closed doors, like basically very helpful, being there for multiple years. Maybe he's the best guy to be a bit of a veteran in the ring for him to just get that feel of a SmackDown Live audience in a pay-per-view aspect.
Yeah.
So, and Ziggler can be a decent heel. The problem is that Shinsuke's English is minimal. So it means there's ring persona has to go on the smiling, the jitters, the violins. It has to go on that kind of mysterious element to him.
Yeah.
And as I said, it was hit and miss. I don't want to go dwindle on it too much, but it was hit and miss.
I'd say it was good. Leave it at that. It was missing something. It wasn't the best, but that's fine. It was there. It happened. It was good. I enjoyed it. But it was also.
What was the next match, Dan?
The next match was Breeze Dango versus the Usos.
Best match of the night.
I can't admit it was.
Best match of the night. This match was incredible.
Oh, I gotta say, when you see Breeze Dango, you think, oh, fuck, here we go. They're usually on the pre-show doing something fucking stupid. But
not even... No, let me stop you right there and then. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Not this last couple of months. Last couple of months, they've been getting in a push.
Yeah.
Huge push. May as well, right? They, if I'm not mistaken, they beat American Alpha to be in this position.
Oh, really?
I think them Mexican guys. I never remember the name because they're so minimal in the game.
Oh, they're the ones that had the
team.
bloody visit Puerto Rico. Those ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
they screwed American Alpha, and Fandango had the win. Go one of the kind of wins. What is theoretically a push. I mean, by the most minimal sense.
Yeah.
And when I seen the opening thing of like him in this, like, oh my god, I don't know where my partner is, and then he comes out with the fucking mop, and he's like,
it's a bloody janitor.
Yeah. And I thought, okay, this is just genius. But do you know what? Right, I love
fashion.
the part.
Then fashion police in there.
Yeah. Do you know what? When they came out, and I seen him in it, I was like, okay, what are you doing here now? And I was a bit hit and miss. I'm not going to lie to you, Dan. I was hit and miss on it by when he came out to it. And actually, he went in the ring. And straight away, I was gutted. I was gutted for one reason alone. Because I seen it straight away. And that was they're playing up to the camera. And I just knew they were going to lose the match. And it was gutting to me to see that. Because I wanted them to win it. Because they've given such a good push. The fans love them. I like the new Fandango thing. Maybe sometimes it's just over too cheesy, but since they've given them the push, they've actually been doing some decent damn content. And next thing, he had the mop in it, and when he was doing the gimmick with the mop and if you can be in the janitor, I was like, oh my god, they're going down a very, how can I put this now, they're trying to make them look like clowns versus two good tag teams, and it's going to wind them up. The problem is with that is that what is the guy in the ring? Wasn't it? There's Fandango and there's Tyler Breeze, and what he was doing in that ring, Dan, was just damn beautiful. But as I said, it was the mop thing when he was lobbing in his face that gave me the persona they were dicking about, or being told to dick about, and then make the match more interesting by funny laughs. And to me, I just knew they were going to end up losing it. But oh yeah, where literally Tyler Breeze was going from one side of the corner to the other, by rolling himself back and forth.
Oh yeah. He was
was
trying to get up onto the bloody on top of the post, and he kept rolling out of the way all the time.
It was genius. That was.
Back and forth. It's good though.
Absolute genius. Genuine, that was so funny the way he was rolling back and forth.
Yeah.
It made for such good entertainment. I was laughing my absolute arse off.
And he did it in a way as if he wasn't doing it on purpose, but it's kind of like, oh, I'm hurt, and just rolling out of the way, casual. It's very funny.
And he kept going. I think he did it about 4 or 5 times, and literally I was like, oh my god, he can't get away with this too much. And
it makes the Usos look a bit like a fucking. When I don't know which Uso it was. It makes him look like a bit of a dick. It's like you'd think you'd stop after the second or third time. He's like, okay, he's gonna move out of the way. He knows what you're fucking getting up to. So,
no, it's true. And then he changes his gimmick in between it. He goes into a granny. And
the crowd in this part were fucking brilliant. Like, let's go, Grandma. I thought that was class.
They were
laughing my ass off.
This is what I mean. Like when the crowd is behind you, it means it's a good match, and this match was good. It was, and it was Fandango and Fandango and Tyler Breeze just really fucking knocked this match just to another level. Like, and to me, it was match of the night. It really was. It was that something extra. And I would easily rate it
there
as
was a
match
part
of
where
the
the Usos are quite funny as well.
Was
There was a part, I think he rips off, inverted commas, Grandma's dress.
Yeah.
And chucks it out of the ring, but it lands on...
JBL.
JBL, it lands on him. And he's fucking JBL. Something about JBL, I love JBL. He can laugh at himself, and I fucking love it. So he's like laughing that he had it thrown on him. And then when the Usos looks at him and he sees that he threw it on him, he starts laughing as well. It's like, oh, bless him.
Do you like that the grandmother was... she looked an awful like what's the woman's wrestler now? Oh, she died not long back. Her name's gonna escape me now. She was one of the oldest female wrestlers in WWE.
Oh, I think I know who you are, but I can't remember her name.
Yeah, her name's escape me right now. If anybody actually knows what we talk about, tweet us on. Tell us or tweet us on Twitter and Facebook. And
get on the old twatter and
get on the old twatter or the old
get on the old twatter
book face.
Yes. The book face.
So it's the way that because like he flashed him, didn't he? He went and then literally went to go and saddled him up like as he went in the corner. All in all, it was a good match. I'm gutted they lost. But
I gotta say, even though the Usos they're like mini Roman Reigns at the moment.
Yeah, they are.
But they were slightly entertaining in this one, you know.
Yeah.
And they won. I gave the match a 6 out of 10.
I would have given it a 7. So we're not a million miles away from each other on that one. I thought it was a very good match all in all. It was a very exciting. Had me laughing, and that's all you want in a match. Smiles on faces, you know.
I've got to be honest, I originally gave it a 5 out of 10 because I was expecting better throughout the pay-per-view, but I think I'll upgrade it to a 6 because it was the best one.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree. It was the best of what he was doing, you know. But the other thing, what's the next match?
Next match is Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn.
Oh, yeah.
I got notes for this one. You are there?
I nearly fell asleep through this match.
I got notes for it, meaning I was distracted by shit going wrong. Well, I thought he was good in the ring.
Yeah.
I think the story within the ring on its own was good.
Yeah.
You know, Zayn jumps off a barrier and hurts his back and pretty much sells it for the entire match. And Corbin's working on the back throughout the thing.
Yeah.
La 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 la. But as a story outside of the ring, it didn't work. Because I think Sami Zayn's meant to be confronting a bully, pretty much. Baron Corbin's been bullying him, and you'd think he'd have a bit more fire against him and all that. Yeah. And just kicking the shit, going nuts on him. There was none of that. It just felt like a normal match. You know, it was like, okay, I'm going to fight Baron Corbin now. And the same with Baron Corbin, you know, it was kind of like, it didn't link to the story outside of the ring. And
the shocking part, you know, what is the crazy part of this is that Sami Zayn won this match. I mean, Sami Zayn hasn't won a match in God knows how long.
Mm. Oh, did he?
Yeah, freaking like he hasn't won a match in like first thing that the boys when I was watching it with was like, oh my god, he won a match. Like, I can't remember the last time he won a match. Because it was. I
gotta say with Sami, I'm not a big fan of Sami. He's in the same kind of boat with me as Dolph Ziggler. He's just kind of, you know, he's nothing special to me, you know.
Yet, I prefer to see them in a contender's condition than I would see Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
So I don't. But we'll get to it at the very end because we both got our points of view on that one.
Yeah. Oh, I got a question. The crowd were chanting something. You know when they go, ole, 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 ole.
Yeah.
But they were saying something about Baron Corbin. I couldn't catch what they were saying. Do you know what they were saying?
I'm not going to let you do it. I nearly fell asleep to this match.
Oh, fair enough.
It was one of the kind of matches that was quite, like, I remember watching it. I just can't remember much of it.
Oh, fair enough. I noticed that because I was WhatsApping you at the start, and then you went very quiet. Usually you're giving your Mystic Meg predictions all the way through the bloody pay-per-view, and you just went very quiet. I thought, is he dead? Is he having bum sex with Moomin?
I'm not gonna lie, genuine. At one stage, I kid you not, I was flagging like a ship. Do you know? I was. Oh boy, do you know? I'm convinced at one point I was turning to Lars and Moomin just talking riddles.
He's got a head like a banana or something, and it's like a blah, 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 blah.
I'm pretty much convinced I was talking in freaking hieroglyphics like. Look at this.
Well, all in all, I gave this. Sami Zayn wins. I gave this match a 4.5 out of 10. It was all right. Ring wise, it was good, but story wise, no. So
I wish I could give you a rating, but I genuinely couldn't. So I'm gonna go. Yes,
Yeah.
that sounds a bit correct.
Don't worry. There's one match I didn't give a rating to because I was falling asleep to, which is coming up later. Right. Shall we move on to the next one?
The next one wouldn't it be in the women's match?
Women's match, yeah. James Ellsworth comes in first and introduces Carmella. And I put down as a note here, Carmella's a cunt. And for some reason, underneath that, I've got NXT Ember Moon sucks. I don't know why. It's a random one. I might be falling
that was a
asleep.
bit random because it wasn't like I'm not gonna lie. I hate it. Like it was Team Bad versus Team Good pretty much once again.
Yeah.
And like
I gotta say, Paul, I'm absolutely sick of team women's matches now.
yeah,
There's so it's like they're dumping all the women into team matches.
I agree.
I'm bored of it now.
Yeah,
I want proper singles matches.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Dan, to be honest. I really couldn't. It's one of the kind of things where it's now... I don't know, it's just going on its own accord now. It's really getting boring with them, I'm not going to lie. It's... like, this one was good versus bad again. I hated the full three that were bad. Not because they were meant to be. I just don't like their full personas. I just hate their full gimmicks. I think it's...
I thought Tamina was Nia Jax at first.
Yeah. Talk about it again and Nia Jax look. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they look too alike, I think, and even though Nia Jax is bigger, and I prefer her over Tamina any day, but they got the same fact. I think Nia Jax is more of a tight leather look on her.
Yeah,
but they look very similar, both all in black and same hairstyle kind of thing. Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
So no, we had Carmella, Tamina, Cantalia, Becky Lynch. Oh, do you see Becky Lynch's hair? She looks like an orange Pepe Le Pew. What's going on there?
Yeah, she did look a little bit weird. It still doesn't take away over.
Yeah, she'd be getting fucking hair tips off, what's his name? The other Irish bloke. What's his name? Seamus.
Yeah.
What I think you should do here is have your hair like this. Oh, it's a very good idea.
But didn't this match feel exactly the same as the last one? Like,
yeah,
very piss poor. I mean, I wish I could give it a really good rating, but there wasn't much for it. I mean, really wasn't.
Even Charlotte was kind of
a bit blah.
Meh. Yeah, she was just usually Charlotte. She has that kind of I'm fucking awesome.
Yeah.
La 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 la. Look at me.
Yeah.
Even she was quite subdued in this one. She was just being beautiful. If you ask me, she was there being pretty, and she was kind of nice.
Yeah.
She didn't have that kind of aggressiveness about her.
I totally agree.
Meh.
I couldn't agree more, dude. The other, what do you rate this one? Because I'm not gonna lie, genuine. Another match I couldn't rate. I didn't rate because just due to boring.
Yeah, it ends where Cantalia pulls the sharpshooter on Pepe Le Pew and wins. And I gave it a 3 out of 10. I would have
given it somewhere near.
It was just another.
I would have given it near the exact same. That's a very good rating for it.
Yeah, so nothing much going on there. It's the same as any other fucking women's match going on at the moment. They need more bloody singles matches. It seems like they think they do the bloody card for a pay-per-view and they go, oh shit, we forgot about the women's one. Let's just chuck these guys in.
No, I totally agree, Dan. I couldn't agree more on that one. And the next match is this match wasn't too bad. But
I enjoyed this one. Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles.
Oh yeah, Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles. I genuinely thought the next one was Rick Rollins and Luke Gallows. Is it Luke Gallows?
Luke Harper, Eric Rowan.
But yeah,
you got about 4 different wrestlers in there.
Yeah, didn't it? Wrong name, fucking Luke.
Yeah.
But they. This was okay match. This is an okay match.
I enjoy it. I just remembered this one. I gave it quite a high rating as well.
Yeah, I totally forgot about this match. This is a very good match. I remember AJ Styles getting very much screwed at the very end, and I'm not sure if that ending was meant to happen that way.
It was a fuck up ending.
Yeah,
but I think it was planned. So
I don't know the way his leg went through. His leg should really come out quite naturally. How the hell he had cables on his leg? in such a manner. I don't know.
I think you can kind of see him fiddling a bit to get his foot deliberately caught on a bunch of wires.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't put his foot out, and that's when spoiler, that's how the match ends. Kevin Owens wins because AJ gets counted out for getting his leg trapped in the table. So at first I thought, ooh, it's a fuck up. But then you kind of see the wires, and if it was a natural thing, I don't think there would be that many wires possibly going under there.
I'm not
It looked
sure.
like a clump of wires.
I'm not sure. It was very weird. I've noticed the referee seemed to have got rid of them quite fast. It was very peculiar. So
but the way I looked at it, I think he could have easily untangled his foot if he tried.
Yeah.
But he didn't seem to do it. And the way afterwards, Kevin Owens gave him a fucking good smack in the back of the head.
Oh yeah, that was quite good
measures. I think it was planned. So but it was good. I liked it. So
I would have given this easy a freaking 6 out of 10 match. I mean, it was very good.
I gotta say, I gave it a 7.5.
Yeah. Oh,
I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I still think Kevin Owens needs to get rid of his face off the floor in his entrance.
Yeah. Well, guys, if you can hear music that literally might be coming through my mic, is because my next door neighbor genuinely thinks she's a fucking DJ, and thinks that she's playing in fucking Ibiza. So, if you can hear that through the mic, I apologise for that, because genuinely she thinks that she loves to play to the nation, not her fucking self, because she's a fucking as deaf as a fucking dumb bat. So I'm very apologetic.
She wasn't
for
deaf
that.
before she is now. I can't hear anything my end, but I don't know what your recording's going to sound like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. My recording my side might have her music coming through louder than what I think Ibiza fucking pumped it out.
Yeah.
So, on a further note, dude, the next match then was the Luke Harper Eric Rowan.
Yeah, this is where I fell asleep. I started dozing off. I tell you what, I watched this pay-per-view in 2 parts. I got to this match. This is where I started dozing. And once it finished, I didn't know what the hell was going on. So I thought, I'll just watch the last one tomorrow, which is today. And I have watched it now.
Yeah.
So this one, I haven't got much notes down for at all because I didn't really watch much of it.
Yeah.
And it seemed like a basic match anyway. I don't know. But did you see it?
I did, and it was very basic. It ended up being Luke winning. But... Yeah, I don't know. It seems a bit hit or miss, this match was with me. I genuinely didn't feel like it was necessary. Sometimes they're trying to get these two guys to be given their own gimmicks a little more jazz than what they should be, and I didn't get it done. It didn't feel right to me.
I was going to ask you that. Is there any reason behind this? Is there a plot that not because I don't really watch Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, and I've slowly given up on the watching both as well since the last couple of weeks. It's been quite poor, but no, definitely feels a little off. Yeah. And I would have rated this one easy about 4 out of 10. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't.
I didn't give it a rating. I didn't really think much of it to give it a rating. I was like, I don't really know enough to give it a rating, kind of thing. So I didn't give it one.
Right. So the next match that we have on the thing is the final match of the night. What I walked out on.
Oh, it's Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, I literally said on my Twitter page. Our Twitter page. I say mine because I use it so much. I literally said on it, I am not going to watch this match. I hated the point that it became number one contendership. There was plenty of different people who could become it. It annoyed the shit out of me that he became it, and then we are where we are. And I walked out. I was in the boys' house. I went, guys, I am going to go. I'm not watching this match in any form of slightest, and I haven't gone back to watch it either because I knew who was going to win it, because I found out that Vince's new little fanboy is him himself. So,
yeah.
Very entertaining.
I thought I'd wait for this part of the podcast to drop a bombshell on you, Paul.
Okay.
I actually don't mind him.
Yeah, Dan, you're not. You're in one with the multiple other people who don't find him that.
I gotta say, he's got a good look about him. I know he looks like a right bastard. What I don't like about him is his 2 little minions that he has running around all the time.
Yeah, I just don't like the full entire thing. To me, I just find him a very minimalistic wrestler. I find that the stuff he does is very piss poor. I find that sometimes when he tries to put stuff in to like make himself look bigger, he deflates himself very so much so. There's a lot more to Jinder that I think needs to be worked on, and yet there is people there who have the full, complete package and not being looked at properly, yet who are like getting swept under the rug. And that does frustrate me that people like himself are getting pushes where, to me, there is a lot better talent, a lot better people to be pushing. And it's not a kind of hate that like Vince McMahon hates, like, oh, yes, we can get a good villain out of him. I seriously just don't like him, full stop. And that's not a racial thing. That's nothing towards just the type of, I don't like his persona, I don't like the look of him, I don't like the full character logistics of what they've tried to go for. Do you know the first thing I done, and I don't know how racist this might sound, but the first thing I seen right when he came out, because he'd done like a cut promo before his match, and that
the little minions laid down a little carpet for him to get out of the limo from and all that.
And the first thing that came through my head when he put down the carpet, I felt like it was a part from Aladdin. The first thing that came to my mind was like, Prince Ali, Ali-Babwi, Ali-Baba. That's what I felt like a little bit.
I think there was a comment on Talking Smack afterwards. I think it was one of the Twitter comments on the phone. Was, I bet Jinder Mahal's going to buy himself a magic carpet now or something like that. It was good. I don't know. It's something about Jinder Mahal. I think it might be his look. I know you can't. You despise the very ground he walks on. But
it's like
I don't know. There's something is appealing to me. I was like, you know what? He does look a bit badass, and I quite like him.
I genuinely, I've seen better badasses. Like to me, it just annoys the shit to me. And what the gripe I'm getting is that I don't care if people don't mind him so much. That's their prerogative, as much as it is my prerogative not to like him so much. But what annoys me the most is when people go, "Oh, you're always saying, these guys need pushing." I'm saying people who deserve a push, who have been waiting for years, who have been slogging the old fucking rag and ball in the back room, becoming jobbers, doing this, doing that. They're still there watching people like fucking Jinder, who only has been there for a couple of years, worked in certain trifectas like the 3-man band and stuff like that, and worked under Rusev last. Like, where the fuck is Rusev? I mean, Rusev should be having a fucking title push. Why in AJ Styles in a title position except for the US title? Why is it Kevin Owens looking at this? I mean, you might go, these people get pushed 24/7. These people are legit title ownerships that can hold it and do something with it. That's what you want. You don't want to get as stale as Brock Lesnar. That's what you don't want to get to. What you want is people like Sami Zayn to grab it and see what they can do. Ziggler to see what he can do. These people have may as well. Ziggler's hold the the World Heavyweight Championship before and really done an awesome job with it. Like biggest push ever standard. But you've got Sami Zayn. I'd love to see what that guy does with the title. As much as you're not a big fan of him, but it's more like one of them kind of like, hey, you understand where he's a decent wrestler, but you kind of, it would be quite intriguing to see where he would go with the title. Jinder Mahal, not in the fucking slightest I'd see that guy with the fucking title. Like, on Money Honor, right? He's going to get such negative thing from him, even though he's going to get pushed. He'll get to a Roman Reigns status, and because he hasn't got any persona like Roman Reigns where he can keep that kind of that hatred going, he'll get the title taken away from him, and we won't see much of him beyond the point. Because there's just nothing about it. Nothing about him to keep it there and keep it consistently going. I could moan and groan about Jinder Mahal until the cows come home, and I know multiple people won't be on my side with it because they just want a tad bit of change. But my change is sitting in the back room that don't see it, don't see the light of the day so much. There is a lot of talent that have such amount of years underneath the hood. I've been working the fucking, the back room, being jobbers 24/7. I mean, fuck, man. Why are these guys getting a fucking push? Yet you look at the guy who looks like he's taking fucking roids to get to the stage. And the best part to it, Lars, he was going, there's a diet that makes you look like this as well. And I said, do you know what that diet sounds like? Everybody who takes roids. I don't know. I don't know enough about him to know where he comes from and stuff like that. But like when you say like there's people in the back room that needs a good push and all that, I can't help but think. But do I want to see them have a push? Because
I know I'm feeling like a bastard, but people like Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, and all.
Baron
I don't
Corbin.
really want. I don't really Baron Corbin. I don't. Baron Corbin, I'd like to see him get pushed.
That's what I mean.
But, like them two, for example, I don't want to see him have a push because I don't like them that much. It's like there's nothing that interests me in them. You know, I like them as a bit of a stalking filler. You know, they come along and they do a good match, and but their personality-wise, it's like.
To me, you give Daniel, you give Sami Zayn a push, you might get a Daniel Bryan segment out of him, and that is only good for the business. You haven't gone to that stage in the environment of WWE yet, where you've seen the Daniel Bryan movement. You get Sami Zayn, you might get parallel. Dolph Ziggler done an actual very good job when he was a thing. Baron Corbin, why haven't we got anything from him yet? That guy deserves a tad bit of a push. You've got. I'm trying to run through the SmackDown locker room, to be honest. Who's there?
I can't remember now, to be honest with you, my friend.
Yeah, no,
I think because of the recent switch up, I can't remember who's where. So.
Yeah, me too. I wish to say, like, I could go and just double check it, but obviously I haven't got any device to double check that on. But at the same time as well, like, there's a lot. If you look through the running roster that are still active and very available to do it, there is members there that are a lot more worthy of a shot than Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
And it's only because Jinder Mahal now has been loved by Vince McMahon and being pushed massively. And may as well, Vince McMahon is writing all of Jinder Mahal's stuff.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So all the more he's going to get pushed. All the more.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm happy. I know you don't like him, but I'm kind of happy to see where it goes from here. As the whole Randy Orton thing, they just need to fucking nip that now and just fucking get rid of it.
Yeah, but
and come back afresh. Because I like Randy Orton. He's got potential. But what they've been doing with him lately is absolute bollocks. I hate it.
Things about Randy, you needed somebody like a John Cena and AJ Styles, a Kevin Owens to take the title and run with it. Because they can run with the full come-in problems that occurs. But and leave the United States then to people like maybe Ziggler, Sami Zayn, you know, like leave it to then the people who you'd count as a lower tier to be not in that position to go for the world heavyweight. Let's put them as the US. What maybe would make more sense, and that's where logical minds would go to. But
to be honest, I was happy to see Orton lose this fucking title because the story leading up to him getting it and defending it has been absolute horse shit. Yeah, I just want him to get rid of it now. You know, do a bit of a round and then come back again for it. You know, and actually make it a fucking good watch. You know, it's been shit.
Yeah, but do you know what I wanted, Dan? And this is genuinely what I wanted, right? And I wanted Rusev to come out at the very end and basically put Randy Orton over, but it fucks over Jinder Mahal because Rusev and him were tag team partners at one stage on Raw before it became going over. And I think that would have made so much more sense if he screwed the match over to cause an effect that he wouldn't have won the title. Yeah. And I think it would have made a better end. Obviously, I know that didn't occur. Obviously,
that, I did quite enjoy this match in a way that... you didn't watch it, did you?
No, hell no.
No, okay, well, this is kind of the lowdown of what happened. I got my little notes now on my lovely Samsung S7. There's a bit of a fight before the bell even rang. Orton goes straight for the attack. Jinder works on the arm. Interference from the Singh brothers. That's what they're called, the Singh brothers. Yeah. Pulls Jinder out of the ring after Randy delivers an RKO. And then Orton, which I thought this was the best part of the match, Orton beats the living shit out of the Singh brothers, chucks them around, chucks them over the tables, trashes them, beats the living tar out of them. It's fucking great. And then after Randy Orton delivers a double DDT, which is called a DDK apparently, Mahal delivers what is called a Coloss, I think it's called, and wins. Because as he's doing he just finishes delivering the DDTs. And then Jinder Mahal sneaks up behind him and fucking drops him. And boosh. Yeah. And then Mahal wins. I give that match 6.5 out of 10. I quite enjoyed it. Yeah.
I'm not going to go back to what you did. I'm not giving it any form of factor. I want to... even if it means go back onto the WWE Network and just basically watching it again up to that point and then just cutting it so they realise...
It's not a long match, to be honest. It's 20 minutes, something like that. It's not that long.
I don't have 20 minutes of my life to waste.
Well, on another note, there was Talking Smack afterwards, which is just Talking Smack. You had three guests altogether.
Yeah.
Can't remember who the first two were, but Kevin Owens comes on last, and he's fucking hilarious.
What did you do? I didn't watch Talking Smack.
Well, what's the name of the new commentator guy now? One of the new ones on the panel. He's kind of bald. I think he's on Bring It to the Table. I can't remember.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I can't remember. He's quite new there anyway, and Kevin Owens rips the shit out of him for it, and because he's talking to what's the name of the one that's going out with Dean Ambrose, the girl.
Oh, Rennie Young.
Rennie Young. Well, he's talking to her, and then the new guy starts talking. He's like, "Hey, you're new. You don't talk. No, I don't. I respect Rennie. I don't respect you. I don't know who you are. Who are you?" And every time he starts talking, the bald dude, yeah.
Freaking. I know.
And every day he goes to leave, when Renee says something stupid that he doesn't like or something like that, he's like, "Okay, now this is your chance. You say something." And he starts talking, and then Kevin Owens just gets up and leaves. And then once the new guy starts talking, he comes back in, fucking interrupts again. I think he does it about 3 times.
I like Kevin Owens. I mean, this is what I mean. Like, I mean, give Kevin Owens that. Like, I don't know.
I gotta say, Kevin Owens has really grown on me in the last 5 months, I'd say.
Yeah.
He's gotten better and better. I quite like his new, I wouldn't say it's the reimagining of his persona, but it's kind of like take over America type thing. I think it's quite cool.
Yeah.
I quite like it's like
I wasn't a fan of the stage.
The stage sucks. His face on the stage, because the camera angle makes it look like fucking what's his name from Wind in the Willows, the Toad.
Yeah.
It's like brrr. But I don't know, I quite like it. It looks quite eerie when he's it looks like a kind of little spot, like how you're going to take over man. It looks like something off The Purge or something.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite cool. It looks quite eerie.
Well,
and I quite like where they're going with that. It's cool.
Yeah, I am too, to be honest. I was quite amused by what will happen beyond it, like, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I like Kevin Owens. I just wish they gave him a tad bit more in SmackDown, because he has so much potential. As much as Charlotte, I mean, give her the bloody, as I said before, give Charlotte the title and let her run with it for a hell of a long time to get a bit of competition back in the women's sector. I mean, make her that, you know, she becomes the Asuka of NXT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what they need to be doing. But anyways, that runs up the full entire show of our podcast, Dan.
Pretty much, yeah. And as I said, I must have wanted myself to say this. Ember Moon from NXT, she still sucks. I think she turned up during the women's match on NXT. I think they had a camera angle of her watching the match from the top of the arena, whatever, looking on because she's injured or whatever the fuck's wrong with her.
Yeah.
Even her acting from the back of her head, she's shit. It's just like, this woman cannot act at all. I know wrestling is full of shitty acting as it is, but this is something else, you know. This is just below par. It's just, she can't act, poor girl.
And the crazy part about it, I actually kind of like her.
I can't stand the woman. Just her face, it annoys me. It's like, her facial expression is just like, Jesus Christ.
Well,
like, I'm part of an amateur dramatics group, you know, and I know people who can act better, and they don't even get paid.
Well, further ado, guys. It's been a good podcast. I've enjoyed having a good chat about Backlash. Basically, venting my anger of how poor some of the matches were, and that how much some of the matches could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
And if you want to get a hold of us to vent your frustration over this podcast, over this pay-per-view, or say what you feel like you wanted to say, that some of the matches you feel like we didn't come across that well in, get a hold of us on Twitter, Facebook. Both of them you can basically place in at DPCasters, capital D, capital P, capital C, ASTERS. And you can get a hold of me, Dan. We're admins on both sites. And on Facebook, we actually have our Film News representative and one of our family members, Sean. They are basically members of our Facebook site. So if you want to have a chat with them as well, they're there to have a chat with. And before long as well, we're going to have Moomin, who we know as Martin. He's be coming on soon. So, guys, if you want to get a hold of us, We've got a lot of up-and-coming stuff. We got Will coming up soon for our film news segments. We've got Moomin coming on soon. We got my mate Lars coming on soon. We have another podcast coming on soon as well. We got a very expansive June that I need to have a chat to Dan about. And if you want to download us and subscribe to us, you follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and all Android platforms that are podcast apps, and search DPCasters, capital B, capital D, capital P, capital C, AST. And guys, that's a week.
Goodbye, my friends. Is that a Spice Girls song?
Ta-ra, boys.
I'll do.